Hi, I am Lucas, and I have cool news. The prototype for the Historialis Province Administration is going to be out tomorrow for free for everybody that wants to play, and that will be on our Discord. You'll find the link on our Discord. And I'm going to show you what you can expect from that prototype. Sorry. I wasn't seeing my mouse there, but there it is. Um, I'm going to let you read all of this yourself, and I'll just get right into it. Let's jump right in. So you're in the staff of the governor in a province. Here it's province of Asia, and that's not wrong. The Romans actually had a province of Asia. That's what they called it. Um, but it's like a random one every time. It doesn't change much. But anyway, I'll explain things as they happen. Basically, you can take actions. That's your main interaction with the system. And you're going to mostly be doing work or resting or leisure, or there's also the rumor mechanic. And you're going to do work for different groups. So, for example, this work is for the governor. Let's do that and see what happens. Here you get a list of all of the characters. This is you, and this is everybody else. So everybody that's in the governor's staff, and they're all ranked. Right now, everybody has the same influence, which is 0 because the game just started. And everybody takes different actions. Everybody's doing work for somebody right now. You can actually mouse over their work to get some more information on exactly what everybody's doing. So this one is also doing work for the governor, like me, but this one's doing it for the Publicani. This one too, same. This one governor. This one local elite, and it's a real time prototype, and it pauses when you finish your action so that you can take a new one. So yeah, we did some work for the governor. That's the governor's projects is now at 2%, and we are number one in that specific project. What we're trying to do is basically do well and get the most influence. You mostly do that by being the highest contributor to these various projects. Of course, there are a few complications here. For example, the rumors, which are new. So um, I'm going to discover a rumor here and show you how that works, for example. You can speed up the game here in the controls. We discovered a rumor which is going to appear here in the rumors tab. And there's the rumor of a threat, which is in this tab, that there's opposition in the cities. So that could be a problem. And it also has a stat related to it, which you can also find here. And the work also has stat, which are these little icons related to them. And you can use that to improve your performance a little bit. Especially as you do it in the focus. So for example, this is your like oratory. I have quite a lot of that. That's my highest stat or focus. And the Publicani are it's doing that right now. So it would be a good idea to match these stats here. I could match this with the local elite. And for this one, I'll do rest because my rest is getting low so that I can get some good rest options. Because every time you do work, you're reducing your rest. I'll do this one because it gives me a lot of good work for the governor. And I already dropped number 6 over there. And that project is doing well, so I want some of the rewards of that. So I'll do this one. I could spread the rumor that there's opposition in the cities, and that could help me. But for now, I'll do this. So we got number 4 there. Oh, we got some very, very low contribution options here for work. So this is not very good. It's probably because our rest is quite low. This rest option gives us a lot of rest, but it also takes a lot of time. And we don't have all the time in the world. We're only in the province for a while, for a year, I think, in this case, 4 seasons. So I'm going to take this one to rest, see if I can get some good options. This one is really good. And I can get into this project, which will probably be rewarding. So do some work for the Publicani, who are the local. I mean, they could be local or they could be Roman contractors in the province. Of course, in the final version, a lot of things are going to be different. So this is quite an unfinished prototype. So we're going to know more about exactly what the projects are. Right now, you just know, oh, it's some kind of oratory work for the Publicani. It's kind of generic. I should probably rest here. And yeah, I'm going to do that. I could spread the rumor. I'm going to spread the rumor now and see if that maybe could help me in the future. So now this rumor has been spread one time. And if a crisis is to emerge due to this problem of opposition in the cities, then I might get ahead a little bit, but the rumor could also be false. So there's that factor as well. Let's see. This work could be good for me. Going to do this one. And this rest option is good. This one's not so good. I'm going to take this one. And the season is going to end just now. So the first season has ended. All of the projects were finished, but the first two excelled, and the third one was just done okay, right? So the influence gets spread between the characters depending on their rank in all of the projects, and we can see that the characters are not at 0 influence anymore. They're all ranked here, and we got third. And this guy got a lot of influence right at the start, so it's going to be hard to beat Caius Crassus. We could probably beat Appius Sina if we play well. And there are a lot of people that are close behind us in influence, so this is not going to be an easy one. Let's see what happens next. There's a little progression thing where we can improve our focuses. So we can increase these numbers like from 10 to 13, 6 to 9, and so on. This is based on the influence we gained last season. We could increase all of the new projects are martial, and that's our lowest stat. So we're going to increase that to try to do well in the second season. We started a strong option for the local elite. We haven't done any work for the local elite. I think just a little bit. So this option starts out pretty strong. I want to see if I can focus on rumors a little bit more because nothing has happened so far with the rumors, but that could be a factor. I'm going to do local elite here, rumors there. And we actually want to spread spread a rumor. That could be super helpful for us, actually. This one just takes a lot of arrest, even though it's a good option. Like I'm not sure. I'm torn between these two. I think this could be better long term. Because the way the rumors work is that as we spread this rumor, the other characters will also spread it. They take actions to also spread rumors, and this helps us prepare for the threats, basically, that could come, or we could avert them altogether. But anyway, that's a slightly overcomplicated system that's not super well explained, but it's an interesting one. We need more morale, actually. More than rest, we need leisure to improve our morale, which got pretty low. So let's do this one again. Try to spread our rumor well. Could do some work for the local elite. Let's do that. And we have a leisure option here to improve our morale, which we really, really need. Because I'm just going to do that. Because if this gets too low, actions just take too long. I'm going to do that again, I think. And do some work for the local elite. They really need work because we don't want projects can flop if they like this. If this project stays as it is, like poor work at low progress, this project could flop, and then you get negative influence for that. So we don't want that. You might even want to stay away from projects that are not going well. Let's do local elite work. I'm looking at the other options to see if there's anything better, but no, I don't think there is. We really need this to work. Oh, that took a longer than I would have wanted. And we really need to rest. Not much of an option here. Oh, that project really surpassed ours, and at least in progress, if not in quality. And we don't get super good options here. I think this is fine. But the season is about to end, so we're going to enter the... Oh no, it flopped. We're going to enter the third season now, and there's a new rumor that was spread to us. We didn't discover this, but it has spread pretty much to everybody. I guess we were the last to know that there's agitation in the Northeast. Our rumor that we spread a couple of times got spread by others. So if that becomes a problem, we will be kind of prepared for that. And we actually got minus 15 influence because we were the top contributors to a project that flopped. So our rank is absolutely last. Wow. I'm getting destroyed here. And a crisis has emerged. And it wasn't our crisis. So the text is cutting off there. So supposed to say false. So these two rumors actually turned out to be false. Like there was no problem at all of agitation in the Northeast and opposition in the cities. And another threat emerged that we were mostly unprepared for, and it became a crisis. There's actually two crises. Oh, this is interesting. We're actually very prepared for one of the crises. Um, I think it was just partially false, but because rumors can be partially false. So anyway, we are actually the number 2 contributor for this one, which is good. We might be able to recover there. But this crisis, we are very much unprepared for. I'm going to improve That's just one point. I'm going to look at what the projects are. Let's see what we might need. Let's go with this one. And let's focus on leisure. We still need that. And we can focus on the crises. There are 2 crises going on. We can try to deal with those. And I really need the morale, so I'm going to do this. Okay. And now we can do work for one of the crises. Unfortunately, the way it is set up right now, it's kind of something that I need to fix. It doesn't say which one it is. Which is kind of a problem because if it flops, we could get a pretty, oh yeah, it's this one. We could get a pretty bad malus there, but we'll see what happens. We need some rest. Oh, there's a new rumor that we found out about, that the Publicani are corrupt. So for us, this is another mechanic that I hadn't mentioned. So one of the important things in Roman provinces was corruption, or the fight against corruption. And we have just discovered that there's a very low chance, or so it's kind of some rumor that the Publicani are corrupt. I think we did quite a bit of work for the Publicani. Luckily for us, we are pragmatic. This is our stance against corruption. This is like right down the middle. We can choose, we can set our stance against corruption or for corruption. I'm not sure if you'll be able to change this during the game, but right now you can. We could go for corrupt, because we already did work for the corrupt Publicani anyway, and that's going to set it forever. Right now, the way to kind of be corrupt and do that is to do work for the groups that are corrupt, and we did that. So we can spread the rumor that the Publicani are corrupt, but I don't think right now there's much of a point in doing that. We really need to focus on getting some influence so that we're not last. we were third, and now we're last. And Caius Crosses is still doing well, still number 1. Let's see. We can discover a rumor, but we already know that the Publicani are corrupt. We should be focusing on the Publicani in general, because they're corrupt like us. So let's double down on the Publicani and some leisure. I'm actually going to do leisure and try to get some Publicani work. Although they are low there, then they probably flop. Can we recover the Publicani? Let's rest first. No, this is a kind of a bad rest option. Let's just go all in on the Publicani and see what happens. It is going to require a lot of work. Let's switch this to rest and try to make this work. Okay, we have a very good rest option here. And this is probably our last action in the third season. I think we're going to do well in this crisis, not so much in this one. Let's take this action then, and that's going to be it. The end of the third season. So there's just one more after this. We got number one plus 8 influence from the Publicani project, which got done, luckily. The crisis project, we excelled on dealing with the crisis, so we got 19 influence, which was quite a lot. But this one flopped. We didn't contribute much anyway, so we only lost 2 influence. Now we jumped up quite a lot. So we were very last, and now we are number 7, kind of like near the top. And Caius Cross actually fell, so he's not number 1 anymore. It's number 3. Octavius Turdos rose up. And let's go into the last season and see how the story ends. We're going to improve. We could improve this and do some work for the local elite, regardless of their stance. Let's switch this to local elite. Switch this to governor. And this one is going to be rest because we really need that. And let's rest first, because that helps with the following actions. And we can do a pretty good amount of work for the governor. I'm okay with that. But this one is probably compensates more for because of very little time. And this is for the local elite. Let's do that one. And then we need both rest and morale. So let's start with rest. Actually, let's switch this to leisure so we can gain more morale. And do this one with rest. Then work for the governor doesn't look great right now. Plus 30 morale looks good. Let's do some leisure. We could discover a rumor, but by now it's too late. This is the last season. We need to do work. I'm going to switch this from the governor to the local elite as well, because the governor's project is just not doing well. Sometimes they pick up at the end, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I just kind of want to refresh my options here, so I'll just do... the problem is that if I do some work, it's going to tie me into that project. So that's the fastest one. So I'm going to rest instead, even though it's not super good. The governor is picking up, so maybe I should have done that. And now we'll do work for the local elite. And we'll just focus on that. I think we can still... Oh, I don't think we can still win. We can get a better position or try to stay like near the top, top 10. But I don't think we're going to win at all for this one. Work for the local elites. Rest. This one is pretty good. Oh, this one is very good. It's going to jump up near 100. Yeah. And maybe our final rest before some really big work for the local elite. The project's recovered well. And this is it. There's just 2 more days left, so it doesn't really matter what I do. Oh, we got number 2. We were second, 81 influence. So what happened? There's like overall end stats. I'm going to look at this in just a bit. Just once the end of the season. I can also look here, right? Actually. So the governor's project ended up excelling, actually. The Publicani just got done and this one excelled. I think only a crisis flopped that time. The projects by the groups weren't super well. And the end of the report, the province of Asia, 4 seasons. We are at 81 influence. Our rank was number 2 out of 21. We just lost to Octavius Tordos, who ended up beating Caius Crassus, who was number 1 at the start. And I'm going to talk about what this other text means. So this text is about the corruption thing. I think it's a bit buggy actually, because it could be because we changed our stance like midway through. Because we got just stance mismatch, so we were corrupt, but we basically did a lot of work for non-corrupt people apparently. Let's see, for example, we did a lot of work for the local elite. They're pragmatic. Yeah, I think this is bugged. Sorry. Anyway, it's just to show you whether you were aligning yourself with your stance against corruption or not. I'm going to look into this before I release the final version for you, which you will be able to play tomorrow. So if you're watching this video right as it releases, that's tomorrow. If not, then that's what, February 6th. So just one day before my birthday, which is February 7th. Happy birthday to me. It's very close. Anyway, final looks here at the report. You can you know if when you play you can read through the whole thing, see all of the stats, everything that happened. The average work quality of all the groups. What I wanted to see was the corruption stance of people, because I like to look at that. So the governor was mildly corrupt. The Publicani were corrupt. So that rumor was correct, and everybody knew that the Publicani were corrupt. And the local elite was just pragmatic. So there was nobody honest or anti-corruption in the province of Asia, which checks out pretty much. This is a historical game. This is how it was. Roman Asia was very corrupt, and you can see how much power the groups ended up with. So the governor got pretty good at 10, Publicani at 8. Depends on the results of the projects. The local elites didn't do so well, so they have the least power of all the groups. And yeah, we got number 2. And there's also the province stats, because what you see here is that the projects change the province. Right now, this doesn't do anything because it's not tied. This prototype is not yet tied to the rest of the game, of course. So this doesn't do anything yet. You just kind of get a view of what the projects were doing, and this is going to matter eventually. But right now, it's just, okay, this is what changed in the province. This is how the projects are going to change the overall rest of the game. Something like that. So yeah, this is the prototype that will be available. I have some final words that I actually wanted to say. So I'll bring up my notes. Like, where's the link to play? How can you play? Join the Discord. So I'll put a link in the description for you to join the Discord. And there's going to be a link there very soon. Tomorrow, like I said, if you're watching this on the video release day. And if you're late, because this prototype is only going to be available for a week or 2 weeks. I'm not sure yet, but it's a limited time. And if you're watching, if you're from the future and you're watching this video, I don't know, a month or a year from now, whatever, then this prototype will still be available for paid Substack subscribers. You can restart or continue playing endlessly. So yeah, if you go on Substack, Historia Realis Substack, and you subscribe, I'll also put a link to that in the description. Then you'll get access to this prototype indefinitely. Otherwise, it's just going to be so I can get some notes, I can see how people are playing, what they like, what they dislike, so that I can, when I integrate this into the actual game, then I have more ideas of how it's going. And let's see. Yeah, if you want to check out more Historialis, there are going to be links in the description so that you can wishlist on Steam. You can follow on Steam for the Steam updates. You can also subscribe to me here on YouTube because I'll do Historialis videos every now and then. And again, join our Discord. And yep, links to all of that stuff in the description here. And thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you on our Discord. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.